Welcome! This video is part of the Horizon 2020 Societal Challenge 2 series. Make sure you've watched the introduction video before. Societal Challenge 2 consists of 4 calls. This video will guide you through the call Sustainable Food Security. This is the largest of the 4 calls, with close to €432 million for research and innovation actions meant to ensure sufficient, safe and nutritious food for all, while safeguarding natural resources and improving farming systems. Sustainable food security is a very complex issue. The world population is likely to grow in excess of 9 billion people by 2050, and this is a challenge in terms of food security. Today, nearly 1 billion people are undernourished. But this isn't necessarily due to food scarcity. 1.9 billion people are overweight, and 1.3 billion tons of food are wasted each year. That's the equivalent of 100 kilos per person in the EU. In addition, the demand of biomass for non-food uses is increasing, putting additional pressure on farming systems. The Sustainable Food Security Call focuses on resource efficiency and resilience, as well as on health and nutrition. The idea is to put nature and resource-based approaches at the heart of research investments, to really try to rethink farming systems and design future farming systems which will deliver sufficient, safe and good food while safeguarding natural resources. The call for sustainable food security is structured around 6 main areas. Each area is divided into a number of topics, each with an allocated budget. The area More Resilient and Resource-Efficient Value Chains contains 25 topics with a total budget of €206 million. Topics include, for example, to increase the competitiveness of the organic breeding and farming sectors, to improve bee health and sustainable pollination, and to develop smart fisheries technologies for an efficient, compliant and environmentally friendly fishing sector. The area Environment Smart and Climate Smart Primary Production contains 7 topics with a total budget of €64 million. Topics include, for example, farming for tomorrow, closing loops at farm and regional levels to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions and environmental contamination, promoting and supporting the eco-intensification of aquaculture production systems. The area A Competitive Food Industry contains 3 topics with a total budget of €24 million. The topics are Understanding Food Value Chains and Network Dynamics, Innovative Agri-Food Chains, Innovative Solutions for Sustainable Food Packaging. The focus here is not so much on research as in previous years, but in innovation. The area Healthy Foods and Diets for All contains 5 topics, with a total budget of €85.5 million. Topics include, for example, the One Health concept, the risks posed by zoonoses, that's to say infectious diseases transmitted from animals to humans, the impacts of consumer practices, that's to say the last part of the food value chain, on food safety and risk mitigation strategies, on the dietary choices of children, and transdisciplinary and multi-actor approaches to help reduce the childhood obesity epidemic. The prevalence and influence of sweeteners and sweetness enhancers on human health and behavior. The final two areas are dedicated to international cooperation. The area EU-Africa Partnership on Food and Nutrition Security and Sustainable Agriculture supports the EU-Africa High-Level Policy Dialogue on Science, Technology and Innovation. It contains 3 topics with a total budget of €25 million. Topics are nutrition security and sustainable agriculture, use innovation to promote sustainable agriculture, food and nutrition security in Africa, increasing capabilities of Earth observation services for the monitoring of agricultural production in Africa. This is not the first work programme to include a call dedicated to Africa, because the EU and the Member States are working to develop the EU-Africa Partnership on Food Security and Nutrition and Sustainable Agriculture. Finally, €27 million will be invested in the EU-China Flagship Initiative to be allocated on 5 topics ranging from water, breeding, urban farming, food safety, and authentication and traceability of food products. For several years now, the European Union and China cooperate on the EU Task Force for Food, Agriculture and Biotechnology. As of Horizon 2020, the so-called BRIC countries, including China, are not anymore automatically eligible for funding. So for these topics, Chinese participants have to be funded by their own country. This is the end of the overview of the call for sustainable food security. Thank you for watching. For detailed information, please see pages 17 to 93 in the work programme. Make sure to also watch the videos about the other calls.